Team, this is your September update. I didn't get one out in August, sorry about that, so I'm going to cover a whole bunch of information. And before I get into the normal updates, we're going to talk about a cool event that we're doing for care camps this year. So last year, a lot of you remember the Pies with a Purpose event. We're going to be doing Step Up for care camps in the month of September. So nationally, care camps has a big fundraise drive in September. All of the dealerships in the industry are competing against each other. So individual dealerships, individual locations are competing against each other. And as the largest dealer donor to care camps, we're trying to compete as well. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do steps and counting our steps for care camps. So here's what we're doing. So basically, we're asking you to commit, if you want to participate, we're asking you to commit to donating a certain dollar amount per certain number of steps. So you might say $1 per 1,000 steps, I'll donate, or $1 per 10,000 steps, whatever it is, right? Or I'll just donate a flat $10 this month. That's fine. So what we're asking everybody to do is to think, if you want to participate, let's make a commitment on a per step basis or just a flat amount to donate to care camps. So here's how, we're going to run a little internal competition though. So hopefully this is fun. And what we're going to do is break everybody down into their stores, and based on your store, we'll take the average number of steps for those that participate. So let's say I belong to store whatever, right? I'm going to make up a store in Timbuktu. In Timbuktu, we have 5 people that want to actually participate. We've all committed to donate at least $10. What we're going to do is we're going to count our steps, and we're going to take the average number of steps at the end of the month, and we're going to compare that to all the other stores, to your New England stores, your Southeast stores, to whatever. So here are the prizes for the most average number of steps for those that participate at their store. So for the third place prize, what we'll do is we'll do a breakfast or lunch for that group. So the third place prize is we do a breakfast or lunch for you. We'll bring some in, get it catered, whatever, that sort of thing, and the third place winners will get that. The second place will be able to do a team building event and leaving early. So basically we'll be able to leave early that day, and we'll do a team building event. So it could be a bunch of different things, like we're open to bowling, top golf, whatever, right? Like some sort of team building event, that'd be a lot of fun. And the first place prize, this is the one that people will really be competing for, is a free day of PTO. So for the participants of that store that win, you're going to get a free day of PTO. And it's not based on the amount of dollars that you collect, it's based on the steps, because different people have different means. We don't want it to be based on the dollars. We just want you to make that commitment, and but on average, it's based on the average number of steps for that team. So we'll take the participants that decided to do it, the average number of steps, and if they end up winning the first place prize, they get a free day of PTO. Okay, so what are the requirements? We're going to send out a sheet on all this stuff. It'll probably start mid next week, maybe Thursday, Friday next week. We'll send out a sheet. We'll have a Google sign up. Your admins will know more on how to upload the screenshots of your steps into the Google Docs. So we're going to get all those details out. But basically, it's for anybody that wants to participate, you have to be willing to donate at least $10, right? Be willing to count steps. If you have some sort of mobility challenges, we're okay doing activities on a case-by-case basis as well. And we'll just be comparing against each other. So hopefully we can raise some money for care camps, and at the same time have some fun competing against each other, and we'll see who the winner is. And I can tell you, some of the people here at the headquarters, because we've been working on this program, are pretty motivated to throw their name in the hat and get some steps. Okay, so more information to come. Expect it first few days of September, probably after the Labor Day weekend, and then we'll run it for 30 days. With all the donations needing to be in, I think it's by the 10th of October, but those details will come out. Okay, so let me catch up on the last couple months and just talk about July and August. I'm recording this before August fully wraps up, so I'm going to go based on what I think it's going to end up being. But anyway, so what we're starting to see in the industry, whether it's market share data, talking to manufacturers, is we're starting to see stability, especially in the towable market. So I've talked before that we saw some year-over-year declines. We're actually seeing stability and maybe even a little bit of growth in certain towable segments. So that's good. We're seeing that motorized segment It seems to maybe be getting there, but it's a little bit lagging behind the towable side. For us as a company, for Campers Inn, we're continuing to take share. So our new unit volume is still up year over year as a company, same stores. We're still selling more year over year. We're still taking share in a lot of different segments. And if you're curious which segments, I post those details to the general managers and sales manager teams chat each month. And so they know kind of where Campers Inn is stacking up. And even when we don't take share in a segment, I post that for transparency. So they have all those details every month. Some individual department stuff. I want to give F&I a pat on the back. The F&I team, we are, as a company, like tiny bits shy of our goal, which is a 10% ASP. So the F&I guys know what we're looking for there. And we are just knocking on that as a company. So good job. We're doing well there, but just shy of where we want. We're not where we want to be or what we're, but like kind of that goal that we've set for the last couple of years. On our service team is outperforming year over year. We see year over year increases, and the parts is actually slightly off year over year. But our biggest focus as a company, the thing that's going to make the most difference for us, especially as we look forward to 2026, is our inventory. So I've mentioned this on a few different calls. It kind of seems to be a theme of the financial performance of the company is we have done, and pats on the back to us, a fair job of getting our aged inventory down this year. So I'm not trying to steal anything away from the team's efforts, because it has been a Herculean effort, and we have significantly year over year reduced our aged. But we're not at the goal yet, right? And so what's the goal? The goal on the used is to have no used over 360 days. And the goal on the new is to have less than 5% over 360 days. So we're not there yet. So transparently, for the whole team, the difference between us as a company doing okay, we're doing better than our public company competitor dealers. We're doing well versus what we kind of know and see out there based on what we can see in 20 group and Spader averages. And I can give you lots of data, but we're doing fair. But are we like where we need to be? No. And the big difference for us as a company right now is the inventory. It's the aged inventory. And when we get the aged inventory down to, like I said, nothing over 360 days on the used side and under 5% on the new side, it'll make a significant difference for all of us. So what I mean by for all of us is the inventory is cleaner, so more of the inventory is easy to sell. Sales teams can actually make fair commissions on it because, as you all know, it's tough on the aged inventory side. There's no doubt about it. For the company, it produces having that inventory at the right amount of aged produces more cash, so we can invest more money into our fixed facilities, into our daily operations. We can invest more in some of our project management and BI team on some of the systems that we create, right? But that's all stuff that's hard to do when you have this aged inventory. And so we are doing a fair job. I want to point it out. We're doing a fair job, and it's substantially improved year over year. And I can point to all the things that we've done well, but we're just shy of really getting it in line. So for all you general managers, sales managers, other managers, you got to look at your store and say, where are we at on the age spectrum? And if you're not at those two numbers, then we have some work to do. And so that is still our biggest goal, and that's going to be our focus really for the second half of the year, so that we can go into 2026 kind of more normal, honestly, like a more normal operating environment. So that continues to be the big focus. Some other things we got going on, and one is we're launching an Inside Access program. So that's a customer-facing program. It's basically a benefits package. So we have a benefits package, and you all on the sales team are going to be getting a whole bunch of this, and some of it applies to service too. So this communication is going to go out. But here's what it entails, some of the big things. We're going to be, with every purchase of an RV, as long as that customer owns that RV, they'll get a couple free inspections a year. They'll get, as long as they schedule a service appointment of at least 2 hours, they'll get free propane with it. They'll get our free weeks of camping through our couple partners that we have on the camping side. We're even going to be throwing in some roadside assistance. And when you see the images come out, it'll describe kind of what the features of the roadside assistance looks like. And there's actually a bunch of other stuff in there too, discounts and whatnot. And the idea here is let's give our team something to go ahead and use as a really high value add feature so that the customer can feel confident about their purchase. We did a study a couple years ago that really helped frame how we wanted really to develop out our marketing and then our artificial intelligence investments. And so one of the things that we found, it wasn't the top two, but it was like number 3, was the total cost of ownership was super important to our customers. And it was one of the things that they felt most afraid to purchase an RV on. And what we're trying to do with this Inside Access package is reduce the stress of the total cost of ownership by really taking some of that stress off the customer. So that program is launching here in September, and we're excited about it. Also, a reminder to our sales teams, we still have the Harvest Host program for appointments. So basically, if you can incentivize a customer to come in and do a demo or do a test drive. So demo on a towable, test drive on a motorized, and we're giving away free Harvest Host packages. So get with your sales management team if you haven't heard about that. Our sales event for September is in spirit of reducing some of this aged inventory. It's a liquidation sale event. Should be seeing those images coming out any day. So we'll be flipping over the graphics to our liquidation sale, focused on the aged inventory, and that's about it. So I covered it as quickly as I could. So the hope here in September is let's have some fun, let's step up for care camps, and let's help some raise money for a good cause, while also continuing to focus on some of the big rocks that we have as a company and some of the big things that we're trying to focus on. So appreciate y'all. Let's have a great September. And if you get this message before we wrap up August, let's wrap up August really well. Thanks.